Hello, everybody. What's going down? Today is Monday. That's right. Monday again. September 17, 2024. My name is Sonja Marie. What's going on? And welcome to this week's weekly rundown, where we take the transit chart that's in the sky, the astrological transit chart, and we report on what's happening in that sky, sprinkled in with a little bit of spiritual understanding. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad you come back. For those who are a repeat offender, I appreciate your support. It is necessary on this worldwide webby, YouTube thingy. Yes, your support is needed to keep that Al running. I appreciate you very, 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 very much. Listen, I want to remind y'all that my 90-minute special is over. It's over on Sunday, this coming Sunday. And to be really, really honest with you, there are only 3 days in which you can schedule. So if you want a 90-minute reading special, which is comprised of ancestor reading, in which I connect with your ancestors and your guides. Secondly, we go into your natal chart based on your time, your date, and your place of birth. And then thirdly, we go into a tarot spread, a 5-card tarot spread with my favorite deck, Osho Zen, and solidify the entire reading, okay? It's a 90-minute reading special that I'd love to impart on you, to share with you, to help you walk through this time that you are walking through in this moment in any way that I can. Any little bit of information helps, y'all. Y'all know that, right? Keeps you on track. So if it ain't me, make sure you get some information, some good information from some people that you trust and that are of God, so we can walk this walk together and get it right. All right? You ready? So let's talk about the week, because there is a superstar happening this week. Well, actually a couple of them. And we're going to get down and dirty in detail, okay? Tomorrow, which is Tuesday, the 17th, we will experience a partial full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces at 25 degrees. Like I just emphatically explained on Instagram, if you'd like to follow me, it's Wordlife Sonja Marie. Go on over there and subscribe, and join us rather. What I explained is that Saturn has been building us up into this point. I know y'all are tired of me talking about Saturn and Pisces, but it's a big deal. You know it's a big deal, because it's been teaching us to get in touch with our inner. It's been teaching us to get in touch with our capacity to have love for ourselves and other people. It's been asking us to get in touch with eradicating blame and shame, and taking down the boundaries and the walls off of our soul that doesn't allow people to come in and love us, doesn't allow us to love people. Saturn has been banging down this wall going, listen, get it right. Because we need you to tap into your sensitivity again. We need you to tap into your emotions again. And I want to explain this, in which I didn't kind of on Instagram, but let me share this. You know, the only way in which we can receive love is to give the love, right? I wanted to set it up with that. But I understand why so many people, including myself for that matter, have been shut down. We've experienced a lot. This is some PTSD of COVID. This is some weird ass like Black Lives Matter PTSD. A lot of people have shut down their hearts over the last couple of years. Why? Because they are afraid to love. They are afraid to feel. And it makes all the sense in the world why Saturn would go into Pisces so miraculously and like a miracle, to help to ease that wall, to take the edge off the fact that we are so afraid to love and to trust and to be open and to be vulnerable and to be passive in the most celebratory way. We're afraid of that. And as I understand that, I get it, it makes sense, but it's not healthy. It's not going to allow us to be in love. Not only with other people, but mainly and more importantly with ourselves. Because that wall will invert on us. It will close us in. It will choke us. And then we will lose life. You don't want to lose life behind a wall that you built. So Saturn has been saying, take that thing down. And that full moon lunar eclipse tomorrow in Pisces is like, if you don't take it down, I'm going to rip it off. I'm going to pull the rug from underneath your feet. Eclipses work like that, sudden jolts of whatever it is that you need. Now, I'm only presenting the example of spirituality and loving yourself and forgiveness, but that's Saturn and Pisces, and that Pisces eclipse can come in a myriad of ways. Look it up. Do some research for yourself. Get yourself better. Allow you to see you in the way in which you can grow unabashedly and without shame and blame and guilt and weird victimhood feelings, because this is what I explained on on Instagram as well, is that Pisces definitely represents victimhood. And with that eclipse coming, it's telling you, you have to end all types of victimhood if you are that type of person. That person who always gets people on their side when things go down negatively in their life. But do you know that that same person that needs help, that plays the victim, that is a damsel in distress, that professes, I don't know, I'm naive in it all, is the same that started the thing in the first place. Understand this, what the eclipse on some level is saying is that you have to cease the blame, the victimhood, the emotionality that allows you to be the victim of that each and every time. At least makes you think so. Puts you in the fire. First of all, another example, trying to save somebody that didn't ask to be saved. Right? The eclipse in Pisces says, you got to stop that. Mind your business, because you're a victim because you're not minding your business. You're a victim because you keep putting yourself in people's situation. Pay attention to what's going on the inside, is what that eclipse is saying. Pay attention to clean your own house. Yes, back to the glass walls, the glass house, whatever analogy and example you want to put on it. Clean your house, stop throwing stones, all of that stuff. And that eclipse is saying be a little bit more courageous in seeing your own faults and being accountable for your own wolf cries. Crying victim, crying wolf, when nothing is really a problem. When it always goes back to you and the choices that you can make differently, better, or not at all. Check that out. That's the full extent, in my opinion, and in this day for that full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. I'm going to come out with an eclipse special real soon. Probably next week, and I'll let y'all know real soon. I'm going to put it in a post and stuff. Okay? I'm very technological, very savvy. I'm a goer. Now, also on Tuesday, alongside that full moon eclipse, that moon vibration is going to be in conjunction with Saturn. Yeah, even though I am speaking of Saturn by setting us up for this eclipse, it's also going to hit Saturn, that eclipse is, which says to me is that whatever needs to end is telling us to eradicate these weird, false ways of protecting ourselves. Really, whatever needs to cease in professing to be a victim or putting blame, and stop it, it is saying. Because what it's doing is showing you how to present healthy boundaries. You're not a victim. You are a person that probably needs to learn how to say no. That's my point. When the moon is conjuncting Saturn, please teach yourself that it's okay to be discerning, that people are not going to get upset. And if they do, they're not your people. Especially if you explain and or express yourself from a compassionate, understanding space. Maybe they can understand. And if they don't, again, they may not be your people. As we move further on and we go to Wednesday, I want y'all to pay clear attention to this, because Wednesday, Mercury is going to be opposition Saturn. Oh gosh, here comes Saturn again. Gosh, Saturn in the mix always? No, not always. But Saturn has been in the mix for the last couple of months, the last year and a half again, because it's been setting us up for some miraculous change and new beginnings. So bust it. If the moon if Mercury is opposition this Saturn, with Mercury being in Virgo, I explained this on Instagram real quick, possibly maybe somebody comes in with some very detailed information that goes against this discipline that you've been learning through Saturn being in Pisces, that goes against the boundaries. Possibly maybe somebody comes in and says, I really need you to save me. I really need you to stay over my house and neglect your house, stay at my house and save my house. Watch my kids and tell your kids to go to the babysitter. Rescue me and not rescue you. But these are the words and or the suggestions that will come out of people's mouths. If not straight away and literally, there's some semblance of it, so pay attention. But that idea, that sense of communication or the things that they ask you to do is going up against Saturn. It's going up against the very thing that you've been working hard on doing. They're asking you to do the opposite. Opposition. Now, this doesn't mean you need to get your panties all in a bunch. You don't have to react and or incite some confrontation. It's not personal. People are asking and treating you the way that you've taught them to treat you. Bottom line, point blank. So you can't take it personal when they come back and they ask you the same question that they've been asking you. What you have to do is say no and or something else that presents your boundaries. You get that? You don't have to fight. Just present what it is that you've learned. You've come a hard way, so be proud of it, all right? Now, something very interesting happens on Wednesday, and this is out of the mix of Saturn and full moon eclipses and all of that. The moon actually goes into Aries the next day, and it will square Mars in Cancer. The reason why I needed to bring this up, because that's a really harsh square when it comes to two leaders vying for space and time. The moon in Aries wants us to fight and or stick up for the underdog and or confront issues head on and or take risks, be independent, be that fierce leader, right? Again, it's in the moon, so it's always sparked by emotions of some kind of way. But Mars is anger and movement. So you can express anger in one way through the moon being in Aries, but then Mars says we're going to actually put that anger out in a whole nother way, Cancer-like. That's two different directions. The moon in Aries is going to want to get pissed off that day. Somebody is guaranteed to piss you off, or some pissed offness is happening around you, or you're going to piss somebody else off. The movement of anger, though, is very emotional. It's very Cancer-like. It's very pulled back. It's not an attack. It's to the left. It's to the right. It's, I don't know. Should we do this? Should I be upset? Or Cancer and Mars is actually really interesting when it does get upset, because it gets so emotional that it can literally blow up the whole room under some heavy reaction of you feeling like your feelings are hurt. My point is, Wednesday could be a day in which arguments, fights, feelings getting hurt just spark out of nowhere. Because you just want to put your dukes up. Because you just want to prove yourself. Don't do that. Count to 10 before you do that. And in my opinion, ask yourself, is this worth the fight? Every fight is not worth fighting. You got to pick your battles, okay, y'all? Again, this is Wednesday. Now, I'm not going to bring Saturn back up, but I will remind y'all with this. Spiritual discipline goes a long way this week. A long way. Literally, I need for you to do yourself a favor before I go into the next day. Do all the things this week that keep you clear. Seriously, this has to be the week in which you drink less, smoke less, do the things that make you escape. You have to do that less. We have to be clear. For our spiritual disciplines are going to hold us an inch above the planet. And what I mean by that is that it's going to hold us right and nice in our spiritual space floating while we move forward and all these distractions try to come at us. People you love, even words coming at you in a very discriminating, critical way, in which that Mercury being in Virgo will be a few days before, right? The bottom line is that was hard to come out. God, I make myself laugh. Ooh. It came out my mouth though. Literal spiritual discipline is necessary this week, truly, because you want to be able to stay away from the triggers, the little sparks, the little traumatic pulling in, you know what I mean? Folks trying to lure you back into a place and space in which you can ignite and blow up and show your ass. You don't have to do that. Use your spiritual disciplines to keep you floating, okay? On Thursday, the sun is trining Uranus. I like that. Because the sun is saying, look, in Virgo to Uranus in Taurus, we have to change. Keep the shine on the change. Keep the shine on the pivots. Keep your eyes on the prize. Because when it's time to move, when it's time to go, when it's time to make a quick and rash decision, you're going to have your mind. You're going to have to be clear. You're going to have your spiritual disciplines to tell you straight away in your third eye, straight away with your grandma's voice, this is what you need to do. And Uranus says, do it now. Boop. And there you go. Truly, keep it clear this week, y'all. I can't say that enough. Also on Thursday, that moon in Aries, it wants to sextile Jupiter. Come on, y'all. That's a couple of sprinkles at the end of the week. I ain't mad at that. In a way in which it can come through super fast and in a sociable kind of way. So if this week you have something planned to do sociably, I think you should do it. Like truly. Jupiter is in Gemini, and Gemini is a social sign. So when Aries comes up with it and say, yo, let's do this quick. Let's go over here. Let's spark and let's go by ourselves. I'm gonna go by myself and go to this party. Like that kind of independent feeling comes over you, go on and do it. You never know who you might meet. You never know what connections you make. You never know the type of community that's out there looking for you. So make sure you do something a little bit different to have fun this week, all right? Cool. Let me know what you did. Put it down in the comments. We're going to skip over Friday and Saturday because things are happening energetically. Just again, stay on your spiritual discipline. But let's jump to Sunday. Yo, the sun goes into Libra Sunday. It's Libra season, y'all. What? At 8:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. Yep, that's the 22nd, September 22nd. The sun will go into Libra, which means what's important on the planet at that time, regardless of what sign you are. Understand this is a transit read, but we all get hit with the same vibration. How will you respond to it? That's the question. So Cancers and Aries might have a hard time with this Libra energy. Why? Because Cancer and Aries square Libra. That's a challenge. Squares are challenges, but they also help you to grow. Why? Because Libras say, listen, I need to think with my head. Everything is not emotional, Cancer, and everything doesn't have to be proven and move so quickly, Aries. Libra says, let's think about a thing. Let's decide to do what we need to do based on what's best for everybody involved, based on what is rational and realistic. Libra energy is dope in that way. Libra energy is also really hell-bent on finding solutions. Right? Again, they are the thinkers of the zodiac. So we're going to get that on us. We're going to be forced to think of the master plan nowadays in a way that's not necessarily Virgo-like detail, but in a way that brings us forward into the future. Libra says, I got a plan for that, so let's go. But make sure you do it with somebody because we always get further with a partner. Also on Sunday, the last thing I'll say for today, Venus goes into Scorpio. Say what? Say rock. And yo, somebody said it on Instagram, the best. It's sexy time. Venus deals with love and passion and money and beauty and Venus deals with value and self-worth and all the good things that you feel like you need to conjure up in your heart before you actually put it out in the world. That's Venus, that feeling, that propulsion. When it's in Scorpio, it goes deep. When it's in Scorpio, it rumbles. When it's in Scorpio, it's highly sexual and sensual. When it's in Scorpio, it wants to feel. It wants to touch. It wants to immerse the feelings within itself. It wants to possess. Scorpio energy is dope like that. So if you're not the touchy-feely type of person and or the person that likes to go deep, you may have a hard time with this because Venus in Scorpio doesn't know how to do anything else but go deep. And deep in a way in which, again, it's a passionate kind of propulsion in which they want to put it somewhere. They want to put it on you. They want to show you how deeply they love you. Get ready to crack open and share your heart with people that matter. That's how we heal. That's how we move on. That's how we give life to the things that no longer serve us and tell it to go. Bye-bye. See you later. Yo, Venus in Scorpio is dope. Hold on to it for a quick second. It's going to help you move through some really, really tough spaces by seeing the darkness and the shadow of things and learning how to love them. That's for real. All right, y'all. Let's pick a card. Thank you for this time. First of all, I love my connection with spirit. I get excited about it. I have no idea why it happens the way it does, but I love it because I feel what I feel. I allow truth to come through. And then when the cards explain that, and you don't know me, I know a lot of y'all don't, but I'm a truthful person. So I'm sitting here praying, putting all the energy on this thing. And guess what comes up? Our card for the week. Thunderbolt. That's the eclipse. Come on now. Check this out. We're about to shake it up. This card shows a tower being burned, destroyed, blown apart. A man and a woman are leaping from it, not because they want to, but because they have no choice, y'all. Eclipse. In the background is a transparent meditating figure representing the witnessing consciousness. You might be feeling a little shaky right now, as if the earth is rocking beneath your feet. It's an eclipse. Your sense of security is being challenged and the natural tendency to try to hold on to whatever you can. But this inner earthquake or eclipse is both necessary and tremendously important. If you allow it, you will emerge from the wreckage stronger and more available for new experiences. After the fire, the earth is replenished. After the storm, the air is clear. Try to watch the destruction with detachment, almost as if it were happening to somebody else. Say yes to the process by meeting it halfway. Ashe. It's an eclipse this week, y'all. It's meant to shake up, break down, tear everything apart so we can what? Get to what it is we know is real, quiet, peaceful, available, inside. That's how we work, from the inside out, not from the outside in. They don't control us. We got this. Us and God, whatever you want to call him or her, Spirit, Yahweh, Allah, it don't matter. Most High, it's us co-creating with this awesome, omnipresent energy that pushes through and allows us to be our brightest, best self here on this earth walk. Come on, y'all. Let's get it together and shake off all the things we don't need for our highest good. You ready? I'm ready. With my Cookie Monster voice. Listen, jump on that reading special, okay? It's available until Sunday. There's a few more days, so jump on it. And if you're in the DMV area, I would love to see you, meet you, and hug you. I am doing, alongside with Under the Hollis Tree, a day retreat, and I'm doing a writing workshop, which is really, really dope because you know I'm a poet, I'm a writer. In any case, I want y'all to join us. Yep, that's on October 26th. I hope to see you there. All the information is below. Check out the comment section below and leave a comment. Say hey to a sister. I appreciate your love. Take care, okay? Watch yourself. Keep your head on a swivel. And always love you.